In this video, we're going to be breaking down this golf simulator screen frame that was sent in by a customer of ours. And this is really cool. This is made with 3/4 inch electrical conduit. We've seen a few different projector screen frames or impact screen frames for golf simulators in the past. We have a whole video roundup on those I'll link down below. This is a cool one that was sent in recently. And this is made, like I said, with 3/4 inch EMT conduit. And you can get that off the shelf, locally available at different hardware and home improvement stores. And it's not too expensive. It's usually about $10 for a 10-foot stick, depending on where you are in the country. And he put it together using Maker pipe fittings as well. That's what the steel hardware is. And those are things that we manufacture here in upstate South Carolina. And we ship those all over the country for making different things like this. And this is really awesome. Love seeing this. And it's a pretty simple project from what we can see. Some of the framework is kind of hidden, so we'll make some guesses there. But pretty much, it looks like he used the hack that we talked about a few weeks ago, which is the umbrella base hack, where basically this is made for outdoor umbrellas. But we found one that you could use with EMT conduit. You can get it at Walmart, and you can basically just remove the piece that's made to hold the umbrella. You can take that off and basically just thread a bolt or a threaded rod from the bottom into a piece of EMT conduit with a threaded pipe insert in the end, and you can make a strong base that you can use for different projects like this. So I imagine he's got 4 of those, just 2 that are kind of hidden in the back there, and of course the 2 we can see in the front. And those are holding and supporting the verticals that are going all the way up to the very top of the build. And then from there, it's pretty simple. It looks like there is some 90-degree fittings from Maker Pipe in the back corner, and those just allow you to make that 3-way corner connection. You've got the one vertical going up all the way through the middle of the connector, that blue piece there, and you've got the horizontal piece, which is going to terminate inside of the 90-degree connector, and then those are going to go all the way across and terminate inside of there. And then you're going to have them come up to the front and terminate in that connector, and then same thing on this side and terminate in this connector. And it looks like, from what I can tell, this is a 4-way connector where basically it's got the vertical piece going all the way up through the middle, and then this horizontal piece is coming from that side and terminating in the connector. And then there's also a piece of conduit terminating on this side and just a very short stub sticking out of that with a rubber pipe foot on the very end. And I'm not exactly sure why he did that extra piece there. Not sure if this like sits up against the wall whenever it's in storage, and then that rubber foot just keeps it from hitting the wall. Not entirely sure, but that's the 4-way connector, and that also has a piece of conduit running from up here, terminating in the connector, going all the way to the other side to another 4-way connector on this side, and it's just the same thing repeated with that short stub sticking out. And that's pretty much it from what we can see. And if I'm not sure if there's any pipes behind this, but if not, I would definitely add some more. We can kind of see where the top pipe is kind of flexing a little bit. So I would definitely recommend adding another vertical if there's not one back there. And you could do that pretty simply by just grabbing on with a T connector to that back piece and then sending a vertical down to the ground. And you wouldn't even have to put the base, the umbrella base down there if you wanted to. You could do another one, but you could also just run that down and do a rubber pipe foot. And then I would also do a 90-degree fitting down here in this corner. And then I would basically, a T connector there in that corner. Then I would just send a pipe back to the back and put that into a 90-degree connector, which is the same one that's used at the top of that vertical. And I would just use a 90-degree connector there. And so the vertical piece would come into that and go into the middle of that connector there. And then just use that 90 and go all the way across here and then terminate and do a 180-degree connector, which would allow you to have that vertical piece going through the middle of it down to the ground, and then the 2 pieces that were terminating in it, and then go to the other side, and then just repeat that and do a 90-degree connector in the back there, right above where the umbrella base is on the ground, and then do a T connector up here. And that would just kind of add a lot of bracing and support. And then if you needed it up top, if it was still flexing, you could add some, cross bracing from the front to the back using just some T connectors and just some short pieces of conduit there. Like I said, he might have some of those things. We just can't really see because of the golf sim, the impact screen. But, even if he doesn't have those, maybe those are just some options you could do to kind of beef it up and reinforce it, because this looks to be pretty massive, which is cool. And it's always a good thing that you can practice golf at home. So it's really awesome. This was an anonymous build that somebody sent in, and we love seeing it. Really cool. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. And like I said, there's another roundup of all kinds of different simulator ideas if you want to check that out as well. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.